God bless you.
We're going to fire Nancy Pelosi, and we're going to evict Joe Biden and get a patriot in the White House for our children, so everyone will know hundreds of years from now that the United States' best days have yet to be counted.
Give him another big round of applause. You asked for it. He had to bring the encore because we didn't bring enough applause. So, Congressman, thank you. We are fortunate and we are blessed to have you serving in that clown show that is DC at times. So thank you so very much. Let's keep this going right quick. And before I get ready to introduce this next speaker that's a friend to everyone here, that's not a stranger to anyone. I told you that I'd tell a story in Austin. I just got back. I was broadcasting a girls softball tournament. Our Lady Jackets had qualified JFND for Rockwall. But our Lady Jackets just played in the state tournament. You know, Travis County and the city of Austin should be embarrassed. Specifically, the city of Austin should be embarrassed for what they've done to that beautiful city. That is embarrassing. That smell, we've seen all the tents that are everywhere. It was worse. Graffiti, and it's what's great. He said a moment ago, you know, we were with a bunch of conservatives. The idea that we're not having folks paint graffiti on our building, too, is another dead giveaway. But, when I pulled in to get gas after leaving dinner last night after that basketball tournament, I was shocked. It was an Exxon gas station. I had to go to another pump because people were camped out in front of the pump, laying down. Yeah, that was amazing. So, as I said a moment ago, I'm glad Fallon's and Congressman Fallon's in D.C. So glad that it's you that's down there representing us, and as you refer to it, the People's Republic of Austin. So, read this official bio. It's my great honor to introduce a champion of liberty. He's a man that has earned the reputation of being open-minded and willing to discuss ideas, but absolutely unwavering in holding to his core conservative principles, Judeo-Christian values. He graduated from the Citadel with a degree in electrical engineering and commissioned as an officer in the U.S. Air Force. Senator Hall is a true believer in the Declaration of Independence and follows the Constitution. He is pro-life, pro-gun, pro-liberty, a champion of stopping illegal alien criminals by securing the border, and a staunch proponent of the free market. Folks, let's give a big Rockwall County and our neighbors welcoming him to Senator Matt Hall.
Thank you. Great to see you out here today. It's truly great to be back in Texas after 5 years, 5 months. It seemed like 5 years in the People's Public of Austin. It is what David described is absolutely true. It is a cesspool, both inside the Capitol and outside down there. But it is good to be back. It's good to see you here today. And, you know, we are where we are in the state and the nation because we've allowed us to get there. We only get what we tolerate. And we're there because we have tolerated the left too long. We've been too quiet. We have sat in our corners waiting for someone else to step up and do it. Some of you may have been there the other night when I spoke about one of the patriots that's been down in Austin that has been lobbying for a little bill that affected him and other students like him. He was in the Capitol every day. And when I showed the picture of Edgar Pacheco, there was a gasp in the audience because I showed a picture of a man who was born with no arms and no legs. But he was down there from early morning to early evening because he had something he believed in, and he was willing to dedicate his time and life to it. God put him here the way he is for a reason, just like he's put each of you here for a reason, and has put us through things that we never wanted to go through and changed our lives. I know each and every one of you experienced some of the things that I went through, that I got very angry at God on a number of occasions when he redirected my life in directions I didn't want to go in multiple times. He stopped me from being a hotshot football player in college by a serious back injury in high school. That changed my life completely, where I ended up at a school I never intended to go to, but changed my life, where I learned at the first day there an honor code that you don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't steal, and you don't tolerate those who do. And then during the course of the next year, I learned that you never, never, never quit. Little did I realize how much God was preparing me for where he was going to put me at this time of my life. And he's going to do the same and has done the same with you. And so you need to look deep into what God has put you through and you're going through and step up. Pat had a great statement. We are a government of the people, by the people, for the people, and the problem is the people have abdicated their responsibility to do what they need to do as a part of government to make sure it runs right. We are not holding our elected officials accountable. We are not watching what they're doing, and we're not replacing them when they don't do what we want them to do, and that has got to come to an end. We Republicans control the state. We have all the elected offices and statewide. We have 83 of the 150 House members wear the Republican costume. 18 of the 31 senators wear the Republican costume. The problem is we have many of those that are wearing that costume that in their chest beats the heart of a liberal Democrat. Because no one questions what they do when they go home. They go back to districts where, when it comes time to vote, people turn to their friends and say, who should I vote for today? That's the wrong question to be answering. You should be telling others who to vote for because you vetted them. You watch what they've done, you look at that record, and if they don't do what they say they're going to do, you need to replace them. You need to watch what they're doing. I've told people to read the Dallas Morning News. And if you ever see anything nice about me in there, let me know, because I might know I did something wrong. Same with the Texas Tribune in there. But we need to have people getting involved because the Democrats are coming after us. They are organized, they are dedicated, and they know where they're going and what they're doing. They have the LGBTQ caucus, they have the George Floyd caucus, and they dominate the House down there in Austin. We have a similar groups that come together in the Senate. If we don't stand up to them and get people elected to take the place of those that are working against the principles, this country was founded on the principle Judeo-Christian values principles. We are a godly country. We were founded for one reason only, is to change the world. As Pat said, it was a miracle. And it was described in the book called The 5,000-Year Leap, which is the miracle of America, where our founding fathers, who were not old men, their average age was 44. Some of them were as young as 20, 19 years old, 21 years old. But they reached back over 5,000 years of republics, picked the best parts of each one and molded them together into a constitution that is of the people, by the people, and for the people, with an incredible government that rose from the bottom up, not from the point of a sword. And we have an obligation to our children and our grandchildren to maintain the framework of liberty that they established for it. Our government is there to protect individual liberties, not to provide free stuff. It is there to protect our borders and protect us against those who would change our way of life, whether they come from the outside or the inside. Because the Democrats, they are anti-God, anti-gun, anti-free enterprise, anti-life, and anti-everything that we hold of value. But if we don't stand up and fight and work like they do, we are going to lose it. We came really close last time, and this is Texas. This is the last bastion of liberty. Amen. You lose Texas, where are you going to go? New Jersey? Chicago? No. We have got to hold the line, and we have got to prepare now for the next election to find those people in all the districts that stand for the principles of liberty that you and I hold close to our hearts, back them, support them, and get them elected. And I can tell you, I'm going to be fighting the tyranny of the Democratic left with every fiber of my body, every strength I have, with all I can give it until the last warm breath leaves my cold, dead body. I will stand there and be fighting for you, for liberty, and I hope you'll do the same.